I'd like to conclude the presentation by talking about this relationship in the sense of the importance of getting the growth that we want. I think that the historical experience, the global experience, and the research and the empirical record shows that when land and property rights are sufficiently well specified and the bundle of rights extended to include the variety of property forms and assets that we care about, that this can really help to trigger and sustain socially inclusive, environmentally friendly growth. There are also positive spillovers at the macro level, as we've seen, the role of institutions, which can have, I think, long-term positive effects that ramify throughout the society and contribute to a virtuous circle in that growth process. The social political construction of property rights institutions in this, therefore, kind of underlies the theory of inclusive growth, but we see that it can be impeded or slowed down by poor administration of justice, by missing markets, or the lack of progress in other markets, for example, financial services, or hold up from institutional factors. And we have a whole, I think, a whole host of those kind of vested interests which can have an incentive to slow this process down because they may, in the short term, have something to lose. Land and tenure and property rights reforms, therefore, are not only technical exercises of documenting what's there and using technology to complete a map or complete a record, but rather they involve ultimately complex socio-political processes, and the historical record shows that these are highly dynamic. They continue to evolve, and they continue to respond to social demands based on scarcity, based on need, based on the way that economies and societies are changing. And now we even see that in relatively recent changes in establishing new forms of rights, new forms of markets in things like ecosystem services and abstract forms of property.